I'm Colleen.
I'm Natasha.
And we're here with
Ethan Wacker.
Yes, from Bizaardvark, one of our favorite Disney shows. I remember, actually, I don't know if you remember this, but I met you on the set of Bizaardvark, like, whenever they did the first set visit.
When there was like a big set visit of all
I know. I imagine, like, what's that like for you when there's like 10 million people that are there to meet you and they're like, okay, go to this set now and do all these interviews. I imagine you're pretty much like, okay, I don't remember who anyone was.
I mean, well, there were a lot of faces.
Yes.
There were a lot of faces.
Many
but,
faces.
You know, nice people always stick out, so I have memories of,
A good one.
Yeah.
Good one. Good answer. Thanks.
so you just came from, what were you doing?
I was just on set of
Yes.
Bizaardvark filming season 2. Tune in.
Woo.
And so yesterday was a table read, today was the producer run through, so we ran the episode for the producers. They're gonna make some changes. And then yeah, it was a great day.
That's awesome.
How much time did you like have off from the show between season 1 and season 2?
I'd say like 4.5 to 5 months.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
it was a good. I went back to school, like when real school. Yeah.
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii, yes.
What do your Hawaiian classmates think? Are they like?
They're excited for me. I mean, they think it's pretty cool.
Do they watch the show?
Yes, they do.
Awesome.
They make fun of me for it a lot, but you know, it's nothing I didn't expect.
Okay, well that was one of the fan questions that we got. Is that like what's kind of the reaction when you're acting from your peers, and like, do you ever get made fun of for that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, my closest friends, they jokingly make fun of me, but the overall reaction is very positive. Hawaii is a very supportive, like, universe, you know? Like, they support the people that come from there, so whenever I go back, everybody's like, hey, that's cool, can you write this letter to my son, or can you take a picture with my daughter, or can I take a picture with you to show my son? So it's really nice. It's a really overall positive reaction to what I'm doing.
Awesome. That's so cool.
And I'm just looking, I'm not being rude, like texting on my phone, ordering Domino's for later. I'm just making sure that we are live and all is good, as we have a new server for our live streams.
Yes.
So, but my
well, it's probably because you're not on the Wi-Fi.
So I know, I just turned it on.
Okay.
So all right, let's go with the first question. So you guys, you're awesome because you're like, hey guys, ask me questions. Da 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 da. And then we got tons of questions.
So many.
Super excited about this. And what we did was we wrote down the fans' names as well. So you could, like, when you're about to answer it, just say hey to them. So Caitlin Fotevsky wants to know, what is your favorite food?
Well, Caitlin, I am a very big advocate of American food. I know you're going to be like, what's American food? All the American food is from other I like burgers and fries, but I'd have to say my favorite thing to eat is chicken with a side of French fries.
Like
fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Yeah.
Fried chicken. Love it. You know what I just realized when I went to Hawaii recently is that there is like Hawaiian plate meals.
Yeah, they have like things called like loco mocos.
That's a thing where it's like a plate, obviously a plate you eat off of, but like it's like there's one thing and then there's a second thing, and it's like, you know, like how school cafeterias, like they block off sides. That's a very Hawaiian thing I didn't know about.
I didn't know that. I thought that was normal. Like I can't.
You're like, I'll have a plate lunch.
Yeah, you just say, hey, I'll have a bento, and then they'll give you like katsu chicken, rice, some mac and cheese, and and they'll be separated like a school lunch, and it's. What's
like your go-to spot here in LA when you're missing your favorite kind of food in Hawaii?
Well, in Hawaii, I am still a very big advocate of American food. So but here when I'm missing Hawaii, my mom and I always went to like just as many local restaurants as we could find because we're trying to support the small businesses there.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So
there's so many great places here too, like
I know.
Small restaurants.
So I live in downtown Los Angeles, so there's lots of small restaurants that are really, really good. So we just go around to small restaurants and try some of the food. Chinese food and Asian cuisine is also really popular in Hawaii, so we go to like Chinese restaurants and stuff.
Nice.
Awesome. All right, Kaylee0325. Hey, Kaylee.
Hey, Kaylee.
What's up, Kaylee?
She wants to know, what's your favorite episode of Bizaardvark from the first season?
Well, the first season was quite the adventure, and there were a lot of great episodes, but my favorite one, by far, was the Bernie's in Charge episode, because Jake wasn't. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's because I had a really big part in that episode, and it was really fun, and there were great lines, and I watched that with, like, my dad was I was with my dad, and no, the whole family was there when it first came out, and it was like everybody was like, this is the best episode so far, and so, yeah, that's my favorite episode.
That's awesome.
Do you remember, like, I guess we always love asking, like, where were you when you found out that you got the part, and where were you when you found out that the show is going to be on TV? Because a lot of people don't realize that, like, just because you get a show doesn't mean it's necessarily going to be chosen to get on the air.
So, me getting the part in this show was complicated.
Really?
Okay, so I filmed the pilot, which was originally called Paige and Frankie. It was a completely, like,
yes,
it was different.
I knew that.
Yep,
it was a very different thing. So I was in the pilot with the 2 girls, and that was it. We were the only ones from the original cast that made it to the new show. So then they completely changed the show and named it Bizaardvark. Great. And then, I went in to audition for Bernie. I had to re-audition, and then I re-got the part, and it was, like, insane, because when I got it a second time, I was like, no way, this is insane. What's my odds?
Yeah. Yes. So Bernie, it wasn't Bernie.
It wasn't Bernie.
Oh, okay, got it.
I got a little scoop for you guys. His name was Trey, and he was a suave businessman. So.
Oh, I could see you as a very suave businessman.
And then how did you and your family celebrate when you got the part?
We went out
the first time and the second time.
The first time we went out to Morton's, and I had a big plump steak.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I was just talking to someone about how the best celebratory meal is a big steak.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
100%.
Hands down.
Steak with fries and like a Sprite, I'm set. And then the second time, I think we all went to Magic Mountain.
Fun! Yeah, that's awesome.
It was the first time we ever got front of the line passes. It was really fun. So we went on like, my sister is crazy. She went on like 22 rides. I went on 20. My mom even went on like 15.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's very
have
cool.
you gotten to do like the Disney VIP thing, like since you've gotten on the show and everything like that?
Well, I have had the opportunity to be back. Like I've gotten to go to some other show sets.
Oh, cool.
And then at some of the events, like the RDMAs, I've gotten to go to like the Disney after party with all the Disney stars, which is it's really cool, and like I get to meet all the people and like see them, and then it's really cool. Everybody's super nice, and then you know.
Have you ever like been starstruck at any of these things and been like, calm down, be normal, be normal?
I have been starstruck one time.
Okay.
When I guest starred on Casey Undercover.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, Zendaya.
Yeah, Zendaya.
Okay.
I was like, oh, you're Zendaya.
Oh, so cool. I remember actually you were telling me on the set of Bizaardvark that you were a big Jake Paul fan.
I was a Jake Paul fan, but he's
then
just,
you met him. No.
Then I met him, and it's like, oh no, no. He's a really down to earth and fun guy. So he doesn't put himself up on a pedestal like he's famous. He acts like he's
that's awesome.
Like a normal guy. So yeah, he doesn't really strike me. You know?
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you ever got recognized? And then we'll get back to the fan questions. Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
We talk a lot.
First time
I have an inquiring mind.
The first time I ever got recognized was literally the premiere date.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
We were at VidCon, and I was with Jake, and then people were like, "Oh my gosh, it's the cast of Bizaardvark," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Yeah, and we had like a panel. It was a great experience, and I was flattered, and I was so happy that I got to make someone else happy by just
for
being
sure.
there.
Aw, yeah, and it's crazy. I mean, your fans are so amazing and loyal. And what is your alarm for?
That was for a conference call that I had to push back. But I was like, oh, I have to turn that off, and then I didn't. So okay, yeah, this is usually around the time of my afternoon nap. Okay, it's Aurora. The G messed me up. Yeah. I'm such an awesome reader. If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
Aurora, I would go to a small town in Texas. And
what would you do there?
I would just want to meet the people there.
Yeah.
And have the food. I heard the food's really good in the South.
Yes. Well, you were telling me earlier that you love, like, nice people in smaller towns.
Oh my gosh, totally. Like, every time I've ever been in a small town, I've never met a mean person.
It's true.
Like, I've never met a person with bad intent. So, all of you small town livers out there, thanks for being nice.
Yeah. How would you describe the people in Hawaii?
The people in Hawaii, they're just upbeat all the time.
Yes.
I guess that's how I would describe them. They're a very fun group, you know? Like,
Do you actually, like, always go to the beach? Is that that, like, a cliche, or? I
mean, it's sort of a cliche, but not really. Like, I know kids that go every single, like, other day. Yeah. Every other day. I go, like, once every 2 to 3 weeks, you know? which is a pretty good.
Healthy balance.
Yeah, it's a healthy balance. I do get sunburned a lot because I'm very pale. Yep, so
lots of freckles.
Well, I recently watched Johnny Tsunami again.
I was just gonna say that.
It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
We're dating ourselves because Teen Beach Movie is like the new Hawaii Disney Channel original movie.
Well, but in that movie they go to the beach every single day. Mm-hmm. They live there.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, some people do that.
Yeah.
Some people do that and they surf for like ever, and they're really good at it. Like I don't know. Like,
Can you surf?
No. Because like every time I get on a surfboard, it's like if you connect your feet to the board. Then maybe I could surf. It's like they strap it down. But like, but like I don't understand how people have like the suction on their feet to
totally,
especially
with all the water.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it makes it slippery. I mean, I guess they wax it, but still.
Oh, that's
still
what that's
amazing.
for.
They need to do a Bizaardvark episode of you surfing.
Yes.
Decided.
I mean, yeah.
Like
my friends would be like, "Why you can't surf?" And I'm like, "Sorry."
It'd be amazing if they got like a body double that was like clearly not you. You know how like those really low that would be great. Joy They Tab wants to know, how did you get inspired to start acting?
I really love going to the movies. Like, I do that as often as I can. I go with my friends whenever we hang out. I go with my family a lot, and it's just one of my favorite things. I love just going to the movies, sitting down, having a Coca-Cola Icy, and just watching.
What, can you think of any movies like off the top of your head that have had a pretty big impact on you?
The first R-rated movie that I saw ever was Lone Survivor, and I saw it with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that was an amazing movie. Mark Wahlberg, wow.
He's a big fan of our live streams.
Yeah.
So he's always watching.
Yeah.
What's up, Mark?
What's up, Mark?
Okay, Abby wants to know, she wants you to describe the main characters on Bizaardvark in one word. So I don't know if it's that in real, like the actors who play them or the characters. So let's say go with actors.
Yeah, let's go with the actors.
Thank
you for your question, Abby.
Abby, thank you very much. It's great. That's difficult. I could definitely describe them each in 2 words.
Okay.
Can I cheat a
we'll
little
allow
bit?
It.
Can I cheat a little bit?
Just this one time.
Yes, we'll allow.
Olivia Rodrigo, the one who plays Paige, cautious joy. Like, she's always so very, like, happy and outgoing and stuff, but, like, once there's anything, wait, guys, should we do that? You know, so, yeah. And then Madison is just pure wit.
Yes.
Yeah. She's a very funny person, and she's always making everybody laugh, so.
I think she would appreciate that because she's such a huge SNL fan.
She is such a oh my gosh.
We had her here, and I think like 10 minutes on just SNL, and like what's her name? Her like #1 idol, Kate McKinnon.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh, okay.
She non-stop speaks about SNL. Sometimes I'm like, okay, you got to stop talking about.
Is she like this, or does she like go to the episodes from like 10 years ago, 15 years ago?
She does everything.
I think everything.
I think she's like watched every video on their YouTube channel. It's like she's a little obsessive. Madison.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, but
all right. It's Lai wants to know, Lai.
Oh, okay.
Lai.
Yeah.
What is your favorite school subject?
Mrs. Lai, I love biology. I know it's, I mean, I don't love the work, but I love the concept and like, I like the labs and stuff, and I like the concept because it really tells you how things work and why they work that way.
Totally.
So I like to know what I'm doing and what I'm dealing with, and that's a really educational subject. It's really hard though.
It is.
It's like I think it's like the second hardest subject in my opinion, but it's a fun.
What's the first hardest subject?
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say the biggest?
Or actually, sorry, biology. United States history.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love. Okay.
Are you a big history buff?
No, I'm a big U.S. buff.
Oh, okay, I like that. Would you say that? What would you say is the main difference between like school in Hawaii and school on set?
School in Hawaii, school on set, they're similar, but they're different.
Yeah.
Obviously, school in Hawaii, I got to be there and be present and like got lectures, and I would see the teachers after class and stuff. And that's a little bit harder to do, although I can get on the phone with like an interactive teacher on my school on set.
Right.
But the school in Hawaii, it was just more of a social atmosphere. But this one on set is very technical, and they give you slides for like it's like a 10 slideshow for every day of what you're learning in a subject. Like,
I admire you because I couldn't even do anything after school.
But I want to know too, like, so, you know, obviously you said in terms of like acting, like you love movies, right?
Yeah.
So like, how do you go from like, I love seeing movies and they inspire me to like, now I'm on a Disney Channel show. Like, and especially being from Hawaii, like, you know, like you're not from LA, you're not from New York City. Like, how did it go from, wow, this is something I can see myself doing to like, oh, I'm actually doing it?
Well, as crazy as this sounds, and I do not recommend this to anybody, but I heard a radio ad. One of those radio ads, you're like, do you want to be an actor?
Yes.
You know, so I went to one of those things.
Cool.
And my agent was there, the person that I signed with as my agency, and they were like, hey, you're pretty good at this. And I was like, oh, thanks. And they're like, hey, go see this manager and blah, blah, blah. So then I met with my manager.
And was that in, what like state was that in?
That was in here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
what did they have you do? I've always wondered, like, so you get there, and then they...
Well, they have you perform a monologue, commercial, and scene.
Oh, wow.
And the funny thing is, my sister was with me. So she was, like, my partner in crime in the whole acting thing. And then... So the funny thing is, they had a bunch of monologues and commercials and scenes up on their website that you could take down and perform. But my sister and I didn't know that, and my mom didn't know that, so we wrote our own.
Yes!
Yeah,
that's amazing.
We wrote our own.
Jace Norman did something like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, they, when they did the Nickelodeon thing, they did, they wrote their own scene.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we wrote our own, and I think that's the reason why we made such, like, a mark.
Yeah.
We did something unique that nobody else did.
What was, like, the scene about?
Oh, okay, so the scene was about, okay, I was, like, 10. And my sister was like 8, okay?
Can't wait.
Give us a break. It was about like jumping out of the hotel window with a squirrel suit on, like one of those parachute thingies.
So you would be like
and landing in the pool. So,
I would love to hear the dialogue. Like,
oh my gosh.
It was some pretty...
You send us the script and we'll act it out and you give us your notes.
I mean, it was written by a 8-year-old and a 10-year-old.
Love
so
it.
Keep that in mind when you're reading it, okay? I'll try to salvage it though.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah, it worked. I mean, the people that were there were probably just like... I mean, they were...
the creativity.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Like, that's so cool.
We didn't have to hear the reading for the Benadryl commercial again.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get these kids in.
Yeah.
That's true. That is true.
That is awesome. So awesome. But also, definitely, if you hear an ad on the radio, Google's your friend, because there's a lot of scams out there.
There are tons of scams. Make sure you do your research on everything before you do it, because... Like, my dad was like, hey, this is, you know, if you really want to do it, you can do it, but don't expect anything.
Yeah. Yeah, talk to your parents.
Yeah, talk to your parents. Your parents are very wise people.
Yes.
Believe it or not. They've lived a little bit longer than you, so, you know.
Our Carly wants to know, this is interesting, have you ever been bullied for, like, acting and for doing that and doing something different than what most people are doing?
Well, Carly, I've never experienced that because the place that I go to school and the place that I live is a very, like, accepting and nice community that's, like, always supporting whatever people want to do. But I could see how other people could do that and, like, just stay strong. It's what you want to do. Don't let other people persuade you into doing something differently just because they can't or they don't want to or they think it's weird.
Totally.
That's awesome. And hey, it's Jamie, 16.
Hey.
There's a lot of Y's there. Wants to know who inspires you the most of all the people in your life.
Or
it could be somebody you haven't met yet.
It depends on like what we're talking about because I have different idols for like acting in the everyday life. Everyday life, it's definitely my parents. They're pretty beasts, and they're good at what they do, and like they're
awesome.
They're awesome. For acting, my favorite TV shows in the entire world, Arrow and Flash.
Nice.
Actually, Isaac and I have the same exact favorite TV show.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, wait, tell us about how you met Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac Presley.
Isaac Presley, he's like one of my best friends, and so I met him at like a Disney acting thing where we were going to get together and read scenes for the Disney executives. I guess it was like kids that they liked. This was before I was on Bizaardvark.
Yeah, we've done that before.
Yeah.
So I met him there, and then we just never stopped hanging out. Like
that's so awesome.
What do you guys like? What do you do when you're not filming or you're not doing school? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
Go
like
to the
in
movies.
LA. Go to the
Go to the movies and watch Flash and Arrow. But as I was saying, Stephen Amell from Arrow, I share the same birthday with him too.
Nice.
Yeah.
What's the birthday?
Awesome.
May 8th.
Oh,
soon! What are you gonna do for your birthday?
Very soon. Probably just I'm not good at the movie.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Any summer blockbusters or any kind of upcoming movies you
Oh
can't
my
wait to see?
gosh, I can't wait to see Wonder Woman. I'm a huge DC fan, as you could tell by the shows, and Justice League and Spider-Man. All those look great. Nice. Spider-Man is Marvel, but still.
Yeah, I think the first time I had Isaac on our live stream, he explained to me all the comic books and all the superheroes, and I remember just being like...
Me and him have a lot of conversations about that, him and I. We're just like, he's just like, oh, I want to be Bart Allen, Barry Allen's great-grandson, and I'm like, okay.
Who are those people?
Why don't you want to be blah, 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 and he'll be like, blah, 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 blah.
Alright, so if you could be in one movie adaptation of Marvel, what would it be?
Of Marvel? It's difficult. I guess they have a pretty cool... I don't know. There's a storyline about the Punisher. They did a movie about it. It's on Netflix. It's pretty gross. It's pretty violent though. It's pretty gross. Like, don't watch it. But I mean, you can watch it, but like, it's gross. So like, the Punisher has a family, and they go through a lot of dramatic times, and like, some of them die. So like, I would love to be a kid.
Do something super like dramatic.
Yeah. Definitely.
Or I mean, if I had the opportunity, I'd like to be like Spider-Man or something.
But
but
that's giving you the opportunity.
Okay. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, actually, a lot of the questions too were about whether you would want to continue acting when you get older. So, what do you think in 10 years you'll still be acting?
I really love acting, and I really love like doing what I do, and it's awesome. So we'll see where the road goes. I mean, I'm definitely gonna go to college, though, because I want a degree in mechanical engineering, because that's a very useful.
That's what my dad's degree was.
Yeah, it's a very useful thing in the world, and you know, acting is a very, very unstable industry. Like, you never know if you're gonna work tomorrow, but. So yeah, I'm definitely going to go to college, but I mean, like, if this success continues that I have right now, then 100% I'll keep acting, but if not, I've thought about, like, the military.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, how many kids your age can say that they have as much success in acting, you know? So it's so awesome, and you've got a good head on your shoulders, too. Yeah. Love that.
So I guess that, you know, wraps it up. If you want to just give out a shout out to your awesome fans for tuning in, sending in their great questions.
Guys, thank you so much for sending in your amazing questions. It's awesome to be interviewed by these people, and it's all possible because of you. So thank you so much for all your continued love and support, and I gotta find a way to pay you back. So, you know, I'm trying to think of things, but just stay tuned on my content, and I'll try to, you know, please you guys as much as possible, I guess is what I'm saying. So thank you guys so much.
Get ready for Season 2 Bizaardvark.
Yeah!
Coming soon, and we always finish our live streams around the count of 3, pointing at the camera and saying, "You're so beautiful now." But first, if you guys are just tuning in now, or any of it got glitchy or anything like that, we're filming this on professional camera with an entire production team back there. So just totally, so it's going to be up later today, so don't miss it, and we'll be sure to tweet out, Instagram the link, and all that good stuff. So on the count of 3, let's take him out. Thanks for coming today. You're awesome. We had a really good time with you.
Thanks.
1, 2, 3.
You're so beautiful now. Goodbye.